My tea people, what's happening? Today is a special day. I've been looking forward to this for the last couple of days. Um, I did something of an experiment, but not really. I just had a bunch of First Flush Darjeeling tea left over. Um, and this was actually the teas that I did not select for my, best of the best, primarily because they are closer to like chai um, teas and not the, sweet, brisk um, first flush Darjeelings that I prefer. Um, so it's a little spicy, but anyway, what I did was I blended them all together. But I didn't shake up the bag very much. So who knows? I might be getting like all of one type of tea in the front and different one at the back. But I'm gonna try to shake it up really good. But this is my first test of this, and I'm really curious to see what it comes out as. I have a feeling that it's going to be um, just kind of all one thing. Let's see. I'm happily surprised. I do think that this is definitely for sure a mixture of a bunch of different teas. Um, as I'm tasting this, it's reminding me of some of the teas that I tasted. I believe it was last year. Um, all of the first flushes. So this will be 2023. Um, and there may even be some in here from 2022. Not entirely certain, but it's sweet, um, slightly bitter. It is spicy though, which is what I suspected. But I can tell that like I'm getting some different flavors in there. It's not just one flavor. It's a bit overbrewed too. Just put too much material in there. All right. So yeah, I like it. It is a bit overbrewed though, and definitely going to steep this a second time because I think it will be even sweeter. Now, the other thing that I'm really interested in is what the smell is going to be like because I remember there were some of those teas that just smelled heavenly, and others that just kind of had had, I guess just a normal scent. Some are really good. Right now, what I'm getting is like spiciness. So I'm gonna heat this glass a little bit. See what we get. As far as the taste of the hot brew, I'm expecting it to be like a spinach situation. I don't expect much more than that. If it's not like green spinach, then maybe it's like a chai blend or something. Anything outside of that, I'll be pleasantly surprised. Hmm. So not not very strong. But it's sort of like caramel maybe. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to get that on camera. But yeah, the bouquet is kind of weird just because it's all these different uh, teas in here. But so far, this has been a pretty cool deal. I'm actually happy that I have this big bag of tea now that I get to drink through. The other thing that I think to mention is that it is often said that um, first flush teas are best, fresh, like in the year that they were picked. And after that, not so much. But I mean, it's just pretty good. Definitely still has good power. You can see the leaves are very tightly curled. Not really what I look for in a first flush as far as the look of the leaf. Um, so yeah, like I said, they're not my absolute favorite, but not bad. And now I'm getting that typical Darjeeling muscat grape, but there's definitely a kind of a um, cocoa roasted sort of flavor in there. So again, it's really a mix up of different teas. It's not just one flavor note that I'm getting. I'm gonna go 30 seconds on this. Really interested to see what happens at lower temps, because that's generally the way I like these. It's usually sweeter at lower temps, but really curious to see what this hot boiling steep tastes like. Because I think it's gonna be like spinach, but I don't know. And that's what I'm getting too. That's like a little bit of seaweed, like a lot of seaweed actually. Definitely like salty ocean air vibe going on. You can see the color. Again, really dark in my opinion for a first flush Darjeeling. And again, like I said, a lot of these teas in my opinion were more of like summer flush teas, maybe sold in the beginning of the year. Teas that I would personally rather make chai with. Um, yeah, I mean the brew is definitely um, like a vegetable soup. I mean, there's definitely some greens in there, but it's not like all greens. It's really a vegetable broth. Um, no bitterness. If there's bitterness, it's very slight. Again, I haven't added salt to tea yet, but teas like this really make me wonder, because it is like a vegetable broth. And if I add salt to this, then I'm drinking a soup at that point. I mean, after all, it is a green leaf. Um, yeah, but there is like a background of sweetness somewhere in there. That's weird. And again, I know it's because it's completely mixed up tea. Like there's some tea in there that is sweet, and then there's other tea in there that's like just straight up greens. And the two of them have melanged together to create this thing that is neither like straight up greens, but nor is it very sweet either. All right, I'm going to go with the finger test. Oh yeah, now that's perfect. Now, whenever the finger test tells me it's perfect, it's usually because the water is cooler than 50 Celsius. So I'm gonna go a full minute on this, and I was thinking like there is some sort of medicinal note that I'm getting, almost like a cherry Robitussin. Yeah, Robitussin. Yeah, cherry for sure. It is. Yeah, it's that's the weird sweetness that I have in the background, and it's the aftertaste. I still taste it in my mouth. Um, I no longer have like this vegetable broth in my mouth. I have straight up cherry Robitussin, but it's not like super strong either. It's not like taking a spoonful of Robitussin. It's just the lingering aftertaste of Robitussin. This is so far it's like a really interesting thing I did here, and I don't expect that I continue to do this with many other teas. I'm just thinking like I really enjoy high mountain Taiwanese oolongs, and I can see maybe mixing up a bunch of those and just seeing what happens. I think that can be interesting. Or maybe even Oriental Beauties, you know, just mixing a bunch of those together. That might be interesting. But yeah, the fragrance is fairly subdued. Like there's something there. It's just not a lot. All right, so the brew is much lighter than the first infusion. It looks like honey, like mead. Um, I do expect it to be sweeter. Let's see. It is sweeter. I do still have that Robitussin aftertaste. Let's see if I can get rid of some of it. You know, when you do wine tasting, I think they offer water. There's something else too that they offer, and I forget. It's been so long since I've been to a wine tasting. But it just kind of clears the palate. I know with sushi, ginger is supposed to be a palate cleanser. Um, but yeah, I'm just trying to taste this fresh. It's really hard because that first infusion really left a lingering Robitussin flavor in my mouth. Much sweeter, much sweeter. It lost a lot of its strength though. Um, if the first infusion was slightly bitter, this one has no bitterness at all. Um, it's pretty good, but I definitely want to go for. I definitely want to go for. I want to throw it out, but I want to keep drinking because it's not bad. But I'm excited, right? Because mm, no, I'm excited. So what I want to do, because I know for sure that my finger test, um, the temperature was really low. So I'm gonna see if I can get it just a bit warmer to actually 50 Celsius, and then leave it for like a minute. There we go. That's a little bit warmer. And because I steeped it for so far a minute and a half, part of me wants to go for a minute and a half on this steep because it's much sweeter at lower temps, but it lost a lot of the power of the first infusion. And I'll tell you, I am definitely feeling something. I feel really good, which is why I was so excited to brew it again. Just immediately, I was hit with this. Just, I feel good. Now, I didn't eat anything at all today. This is the first thing I put in my stomach other than like a peppermint. So, um, I do that on purpose because I want to know what the body sensation is. And I think a lot of times food can dull that. Um, it can be scary because if you get a really strong tea, you can get an upset tummy. Um, but this one, I just feel good. Like I feel high. I really do. It's like I feel it in my tummy, but I also feel it here. It's just woo, woo, woo. I feel good. So I am so happy that I have so much of this tea left. This is going to be good. It's going to be so good. And the thing is, as much as I'm enjoying this right now, my memory of drinking a first flush Darjeeling Black Tea, cold brewed. I've said it before. It's orgasmic. It's orgasmic, and I thought really hard about bringing that bag back with me when I went to my storage. Now I didn't do it. I left it, but man, I pray for the day that I'm able to sit down and enjoy that cold brew again because it's like, oh my God, it's so good, so good. No, so warmer temperatures didn't do it. I imagine even if I let this steep for like 3 minutes, I don't think, I can probably play around and like up the temperature, up the temperature, up the temperature. I'm sure there's going to be a threshold between cooler temp brewing versus like boiling water because there's definitely a flavor difference. But yeah, so cooler temps, much, much sweeter. It's no longer a vegetable broth at all. That is just gone. What you're getting now is that very sweet, not quite muscat grape, but you can tell that there is that muscat grape tea in here that's bringing out this flavor profile. So it's much sweeter. There's absolutely no bitterness, um, but it is different. It is not it is not, it's just, it's different. It's different, which I love. And I'm getting this great body high, and it's a body high that's not just, it's rising. It's like, loving it, man. Mm. Yeah, so I'm gonna keep drinking through this today. I got some work to do outside. I'm feeling so good. I'm not even gonna eat right now. I'm gonna do some work. I'm gonna get dirty. Then I'll come in and eat. I'm gonna drink more of this tea. Like I am feeling it. I'm feeling it hard. And yeah, like I said, I got a big, big, big bag. So like, I can't be happier, man. From me to you, I holla.